Hey there, welcome to a video discussing how to download the Blue Book app for taking the SAT and actually how to take the SAT exam. So if you see here, there's a link that I sent to all of you. Actually, I'm going to show you the email that I'm crafting right now. It says here, download the SAT Blue Book app in case your device doesn't already have it. Here's the link. So it's bluebook.collegeboard.org/student/download bluebook. And there it is. So you'll download it to your device. Once you do, if you go to your start menu, you should see it right there as one of the apps or programs. Once you click on it, it should open. It looks like this. And then sign in with your student account. Now, if you don't have a student account, you'll have to make one. Here I'm using my mother's email address. Don't ask why, but maybe because my personal email is set up as a educator account. I don't know. But I'm going to go and log in. The app will load. Once you log in, you'll see a tab that says active or past. If you haven't done any practice tests, then you're obviously going to nothing will show up for past. But obviously, you're going to do active. Oh, actually, let me take it back. This is the actual test you've taken. If you actually taken some real exams, so don't worry about that. Practice and prepare, that's where you want to go. You want to go practice and prepare. Now, pass will show past tests I've done, but you want to do active and click on full length practice. Then it's going to give you some options. PST related assessments or SAT. Obviously do SAT and select which one you want to do. I don't know why test number 1 does not show up, but do test 4. Actually, I don't care what test you do. It doesn't really matter to me. But just so we have some consistency in case if we talk about the test as a whole group, then just do test 4. So let's do practice test 4. And then you'll select it and hit next. And if you have accommodations, by the way, you could always select that, state what your accommodations are, and do for both reading and math, extra breaks, whatever you need. I think there's text to speech. I think someone mentioned that too. You could actually do that if you want to try that. That might be kind of a cool feature. I've never tried it before. You'll hit next. So I don't have accommodations, obviously. So I'll deselect that. Hit next. And it's going to start the test. You can see the timers up there. This is a reading and writing question. It's actually one of the fill in the blanks. We put a vocab word. And by the way, you don't have to do the questions in the order in which they're presented. If you want to skip around, feel free. Like if I want to skip number 27, I totally could do that. You could move this around as much as you like to readjust the size of each window. I guess you want as a highlighter, you could. There you go. I've never really used it before. But yeah, you totally could skip around here. And remember, you get 32 minutes unless you have extended time. Once you feel like you're done, if you finish early, great. Hit go to review page and hit next. It'll now take you to module 2. Now, of course, I didn't answer any questions, so my module 2 is going to be pretty easy. But if you do well in module 1, module 2 will be more challenging because the test will adjust based upon your performance on module 1. So it is actually an adaptive test, as we mentioned before. So you'll do module 2, same thing, 32 minutes. There's 27 questions. Skip around if you like. I'll just go to review page. I'll move on. So if you do the math, 32 plus 32 is 64 minutes, or roughly an hour, unless you have extended time. You get a 10-minute break. I would suggest you do get up, stretch your legs, use the restroom, get a drink of water, get some food, get some fresh air. Ms. Meg has a beautiful house. Maybe go walk up down the block if you want to do that. On the real thing, I don't think you'll have that opportunity, but you might be at your school. Maybe you'll have an opportunity to kind of walk around, get some fresh air. Then you resume testing, and then you'll do math. Now, in this case, you get a little more time. You get 35 minutes, 22 questions. You feel free to use a calculator if you want to, but there is a built-in calculator, Desmos. Definitely you'll want to use Desmos. 100% you want to use that often. So you can graph stuff, do whatever you need to do. And Desmos you can use as a calculator, like 5 plus 6 is 11, right? Or if I want to graph, I could type in y equals x plus 1. There you go. You can graph it. A lot of fun stuff here. And I'm going to do a Desmos video in just a little bit so you guys can see how you use Desmos to help you out. Reference. If you need a geometry formulas right here, it just drops down. So, again, you can skip around, do whatever you want. If you do encounter a question that's free response, let's see, I'm sure there's one shown. Yeah, right here. and they want you to solve for the letter B. Now, just keep in mind that you can enter up to 5 characters. So say the answer were like 1.50234, then you would write 1.502. So that's 5 characters: the 1, the decimal point, the 5, the 0, and the 2. Um, if you do have a fraction, make sure you put as an improper fraction, like 3.5 right as 7/2, not 3.5. That won't be accepted because they'll think it's 31/2. And if it's a repeating decimal, make sure you do up to 5 characters. If you cut off or round too soon, like 0.66 or 0.67, will be incorrect. So keep that in mind. There can be negative numbers. So if it's negative, make sure you put a negative symbol. So don't forget about that. We'll hit the review page, hit next. Then you have the second module, and it should be harder if the first module goes well. Again, 35 minutes, 22 questions. So if you think about it, 64 minutes plus a 10-minute break plus 70 minutes. That's going to add up to 144 minutes. So that's 2 hours and 24 minutes. Now, if you get extended time, that would be 3 hours and 36 minutes if you have 50% extended time. So you're there for quite some time. If you have double time, that's 4 hours and 48 minutes, which is why you probably should do that over 2 days if you have a double time. And if you do double time, you could do modules 1 and 2 for ST reading and writing on one day, modules 1 and 2 for ST math for the other day. Once you're done, very simple. You just go to review page, hit next. It'll score the test for you. Obviously, my score is going to be really crappy, but it will score a few. On the real thing, it doesn't score on the spot. I'm not sure why it doesn't do that yet. Maybe to check for cheating. I don't know. But more advanced tests, like for graduate school or business school, they give you a score on the spot, in case you're curious. I do have to sign in with my account. I think it's my mother's account. There we go. My mother's almost 80. She's not a student. That's okay. Yeah, obviously I did terrible. That's a 400. Anyhow, once you're done with the test, I am going to say in this email here that I'd like you to email me an image of your results. And so I'm showing you how to do that. Pretty easy. Like this was a test I did a while ago. Again, I didn't really do it seriously. I just kind of just went through a bunch of questions. But so you click score details. And actually, one way you could also do it too is if you're over here on the Blue Book app, return home. And if I click on past tests, you can also click on view my responses. But it's going to open up a web browser, just so you know. So anyhow, but once you do that, it'll tell you how you scored. Actually, it tells you how I scored back here under my test. So I'd like to see that if you email me an image of your score. And then in addition to that, click on score details and click on reading and writing. I'd like to see this as well. This is how you did on each category. And it does on a 7-point scale or 7-bar rating, if you want to call it that. And do likewise for math. So you're going to be sending me 3 images. Again, the score here, your total score, and the reading and writing. So you'll share that image. You can take it with your cell phone, pretty easy. And then when you click on score details, right here, click on reading and writing. Give me this image. And of course, give me that image. If you want to see how you did, you could actually view it down here. Like, for example, if I hit all, I give you all 44 math questions and review them. That's something we'll do together. You don't have to send me that stuff. We'll do that together. Anyhow, I think that's it. And that's how you go about taking this test. All right. Best of luck to you.